This right here is HCalory's brand new, completely redesigned ToolBox diesel heater, and it is jam-packed with technology and innovation, and I really feel like currently it is at the top of the diesel heater game. Today we're going to go through, I'm going to show you all the cool new things on this thing and see if it really is the apex predator of diesel heaters. In front of me here is 3 generations of HCalory ToolBox style diesel heaters, starting from 23, 24, and now 25. And you can kind of see how over the years they have progressed. Real quickly, the 23 year has an external diesel tank, which I never really liked just because of the way the fuel line was fed. It was very exposed. It was definitely prone to damage, and this wasn't the best design. And here we have the 2024 model with the internal diesel tank. I actually never had an issue with this tank whatsoever. I never had any leaking. It's dumped over a few times. The cap never leaked. Has a front digital display here. The inside of it is pretty tight with the internal gas tank, so you really aren't able to store any hoses. You're able to get a little bit of accessories in here, but there isn't a lot of storage in there. No big loss in my opinion. I prefer having the internal tank where everything is protected and compact in there. I really liked this diesel heater. I ran this a ton this past winter. And in full transparency, I have been absolutely beating up HCalory with every review I do of theirs. And apparently HCalory was watching, because kudos to them. They actually reached out to me and asked if I could give input as to how they could make this new 25 model better for the overlanding community. So I gave them some pointers. I gave them ideas what they could do to make it more specific to be able to use in rooftop tents, and even the ability to be put in ground tents. So I gave the input and they actually listened. And this is basically what we got out of that input. And I'm sure they reached out to a bunch of other people in this industry. I think they really got like 95% of the way to the perfect rooftop tent diesel heater. First, let's go through some really obvious changes made in the 25 model compared to the 24 and the 23. Obviously, you can tell it's quite a bit lower than the 24 and the 23. They changed the handles. No more single flip down handle that could possibly get damaged or break or flop around and crack off. It's got integrated handles, and there's 2 of them that are super comfortable to grab onto. You'll also notice there's no more access door on this new unit, which is good and bad. The bad about it is you can't make just minor inspections of the thing, which I never really did, but I know there's some people that like just check the lines, make sure nothing's cracked before they run it every year. It's a bit more complicated to access it to do those inspections. The good thing is that it's one less thing to break off, one less thing to get damaged, one more failure point that they have taken out of this system. Now let's talk fuel tanks. On the 23 model, it's a 4-liter external fuel tank. On the 24 model, it's a 5-liter internal fuel tank. Here on the 25, this is a 7.5-liter internal fuel tank, and it's supposedly rated for 62.5 hours on one fill. That's incredible. Now the 25 model has gotten away from the front display, which is always difficult to read, in favor of a top display. And later on, I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind with this as well. It's got this IP4 waterproof protective cover on it, which makes it so that if it does get rain and whatnot on it, it is completely protected. And here, looking at the profile of all 3, obviously the 25 is a lot wider, which again is going to add the stability of it. This one, the 23, was always tipsy when this was full of diesel. I never really had an issue of the 25 model. Obviously, it being a little taller, it did get a little tippy if it was on an off-camera situation, but this 25 model is super stable. Enough of the last year's models. Let's talk about what's awesome about the new 25 model. And honestly, this right here that I have in my hand, I'm going to save to the very end of this video, so be sure you watch it all the way to the end, because this thing in my hand right here is going to rock your world, and it is the most exciting part of this entire unit. Let's start with real world dimensions. So the length of it with the input caps are 16 inches. The height with this foot mount is 12.5 inches, and the width is 11 inches. And yes, I did say in the dimensions with these feet, you have 2 different feet mounting options. You can go with the feet that I have on here, which are basically made to be able to mount this to a rack, which is hopefully what I intend to do, or a plate. And then you have these little rubber feet that you can just put on here and have it just sitting nice and quiet and stable on these 4 little foot platform. Either way, it's your choice. Now, as far as the casing goes, it's a mixture of plastic and sheet metal. The end caps here are plastic, and the top part here of the case, which is all looks like a single sheet piece of metal that's all been laser cut and just powder coated, really nice black with the cool logo out front here. Just a really nice look. And it definitely is metal because my magnetic flashlight sticks to it, which actually isn't a bad thing. Yes, it's going to be prone to rust if it does get scratched. However, it is a good place where I can mount flashlights and whatnot if I need them. You know, just more options. Also here at what I'll call the front, where the logo is, you have your exhaust port. This is where the exhaust and the muffler comes out. And I like them in this side location. It just makes the whole thing a little bit cleaner. Here on this side of the unit, you have a threaded on inlet cap that has these grates on it. It would be great if HCalory or someone else optioned out a solid cap for the inlet and the outlet as well. It'd be great to be able to enclose this thing just so that dust, dirt, bugs, mud, all that stuff didn't get inside the heating element. It'd just be a nice addition. But it is 3 1/4 inches and a really good addition. I like the fact that it threads on. Plus, if you wanted to create your own recirculate system, you can definitely do that with this thread-on cap. On this face here, you have a really easy to read viewport of your 7.5 liter diesel internal tank, which I have no idea how they fit that monster tank inside here. It's very impressive. Here on this side, you have your outlet port for where your diesel heat actually escapes the unit. And it's also, they include a very rudimentary hose, which I wish they would get away from. And it just basically clamps onto this end. And then you have a port that goes in this end. That way you can kind of direct the heat where you want it. Very rudimentary. I wish they would get away from this system because the only time I can really use this is here in the shop. Anywhere else, you need to run a hose to where you're going. This just isn't going to cut it. Also, this is not threaded, which I really wish they would include a threaded version of this same outlet. That way you could just more securely and quickly, not having to use hose clamps, get a system on here. It'd just be a good upgrade. And like I said before, the new redesigned grab handles that are here on top are really easy to grab onto, very ergonomic, very comfortable, and not a problem to carry. You can carry it either with one hand or carry it with two hands. It's just very comfortable. Here on top of the diesel heater, you have your fill tank to your diesel, which is a spill-proof cap. I tested it earlier, it works great. We'll test it again later. You also on top here have this transparent weatherproof cover, which covers up your electronic display. All right, now watch this. This whole module can pop out, which is not that big of a deal. It's on a little extension hose here. Oh, what is this? A quick connect? I wonder where that goes to. Let's unplug it and find out. Oh, and what is this? An extension cable? Let's plug it in. Oh, look, and where does this end go? Oh, it goes to the electronic display. And with this extension cord plugged in, you can take your digital display, put it up into the rooftop tent with you, and because there's an internal thermostat built into this, you can thermally regulate the temperature inside your rooftop tent using this display here. And this is just a really trick way. It's on top of the unit, so if I'm using it in my shop here and I just want it on the short cable, I can take this extension cable out of the system, plug it back in, and then I can just regulate the temperature using the buttons here on top of the unit. And then if I'm going overlanding or am I using it someplace else, I can put the extension cable back in and run it remotely into the rooftop tent. It really is the best of both worlds. And it has a 6-foot extension on the remote. Now let's test the spill-proof cap, which is really important, especially if you're going to transport this in the back of an SUV. Diesel is a horrific smell and is never going to come out. So it's great to have the peace of mind knowing that it's not going to leak if it does accidentally tip on its side. Yeah, 100% no leakage. I've dumped this over a whole bunch of times because, again, big concern and not a single leak. And to wrap up all the boring stuff, you have an exhaust pipe with your muffler, which is very generic. You have your AC power input supply, which is again generic, and your DC power input, which is basically made to attach to terminals to a battery. These do not work well at all on battery banks unless you have a massive battery bank. So I suggest if you are going to run it off the AC power. It's all I use and it works great. Setup is just that easy. All I have to do now is put the outlet hose on, but I can do that later. And power supply is hooked up. The exhaust is hooked up with the muffler on there, and that's it. let's plug it in. I'm also excited to say that the manual for this diesel heater is really easy to use. And this HCalory app is actually really good. I like it a lot. Bluetooth app directly controls this digital display right here. All right, I'm getting my stopwatch ready. Turn it on is easy. You just press and hold the power button. Fan kicked on, starting the timer. Got all kinds of blue and red lights happening saying that it's working. So yeah, it's turning on. Haven't heard any ticking yet. I have ran this like 3 other times, so this is not the priming one, although when I did start it the first time on the priming setup, it actually turned on the first go, which is impressive. Usually you have to start it 1 or 2 times to get it actually to prime the pump, but now it's working fine. I was getting video of the display. The actual ticking started at like a minute 30, and it ticked for like 15 seconds. And now the ticking is completely gone. The pump is starting to ramp up. I don't know if you can hear the wind blowing a little bit more. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Starting to feel a little bit of heat. All right, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Starting to feel some heat. Right at 3 minutes and it's already warm. I mean, I'm feeling really good heat and we're at 3 minutes and 5 seconds. That is really impressive. All right, so now we have burn your face off heat coming out of this thing. And the temperature says that the aluminum body is coming out at 360 degrees. App's really great. You can actually control the velocity of the fan with the app here. There's absolutely zero ticking noise. I am really impressed with how quiet this heater is. All you hear is the air moving through the system, and then obviously the exhaust. It is mega quiet. I had a lot of the same question on last year's review video about the diesel heater, if it can be out in the elements. And it's actually kind of funny that I'm able to stand this close to this unit and still chat with you guys, but it's just that quiet. But the question was, are these able to be out in the weather? Last year when I was doing my testing, I like to tuck these up under the tailgate so they stay out of the snow and out of the rain, just for best practice. However, this one, no need to worry. It's actually in the process of being certified as, I already lost the actual exact phrase, snow and rain resistant, equivalent to an IPX4 rating, which is really impressive. No need to worry about this getting wet. It's fine. Last incredible feature for the brand new HCalory diesel heater, and that's gonna be this little guy right here. And this is a remote. And you're gonna say, big whoop, they've always had remotes. They're kind of stupid, no one uses them. And I completely agree with you. The old remotes were stupid. However, this one has a hidden secret feature. One, it's really easy to use. All the functions of it are very straightforward and the display is easy to read. Number 2, it actually has a built-in thermostat. So now if you don't want to run your digital controller up in your rooftop tent, or it's further than what the extension will do, bring this up there because this will reach and you can control the temperature in here. So if you want your temperature to be set at 70 degrees, you can just toggle down, make it at 70, set it, forget it, you're good to go. This thing is super rad. And the only thing more badass than having a really cool remote is having a place to put it. There's a little notch here in front of the digital display. By the way, to turn this off, you just slide this down to the off position and it locks it out with a physical button. And then that stores right there. Close it up. Now you won't lose it. Also, random fact, the remote here is USB-C rechargeable. This thing's just very well thought out. Realistically, the only thing that you're gonna need to get for your next adventure is going to be a 3.5-inch heater hose here. It's just gonna plug into your outlet here, and then you can use the same little director port thing here, and it's just gonna suck on this end, and that way you can run this heat all the way up in your rooftop tent. 6 feet is usually a pretty good length to get this from the ground up to rooftop tent. Obviously in a truck like the Super Ute, more like 9 feet. But yeah, definitely make it work. Let's go over the pros, and I'll tell you one thing I think they can improve. One, it's got a great look, a great design. I like the carry handles. I like the shape of it. It's gonna be a little bit easier to pack. 2, it's got 3 different ways to control it, 2 of which can thermally regulate. So you can put either the remote control or the actual digital display up in your rooftop tent. 3, it's super quiet. 4, it's got a 7.5 liter diesel tank, which is 62 hours of runtime. On low, I'm sure. It's just an overall great unit. My only question mark that I have is price point. I really don't know what that is. This is brand new. Literally, this is one they developed, sent me to test out, and it ripped flying colors. Like, there's absolutely no issues with it whatsoever that I have found in my testing. And the price point isn't out yet, so I'm just kind of curious what that's going to be. If they can get this price point in the $250 range, I think it's just going to be a killer value. Probably nothing out there is really going to be able to touch it to this point. There's obviously a lot higher quality units, but as far as bang for the buck, you probably can't beat this guy right here. And the one small improvement I think HCalory can make to this unit would be to include a 6-foot hose. That way you can get this from on the ground up into rooftop tent with having to source your own hose. 3.5-inch hoses aren't hard to get. However, it's just one more thing they can include to make it just an all-in-one package. That's really the only thing they're missing. And then maybe like a bag to store it all in would make it just above and beyond. Even call it the Overlander package and have like a cool bag with all your accessories in it, maybe straps to the handles. I don't know, just spitballing. This right here is a full setup for the new HCalory Diesel Heater here in my new 2024 Tacoma with the Next Ship Outfitters flatbed, truck rack, Ironman rooftop tent with the diesel heater ports. Really slick setup. I put the time kind of here-ish that it took me to do this. It really was that long. It was pretty quick. So basically all you have to do is hook your hose up into the rooftop tent. You don't necessarily need a diesel heater port if you don't have one. You can put it in your door and then stuff some clothes around it to seal it up nice and tight. Put the exhaust with the muffler on, plug in the power port, turn the power on. All I have left is to take my remote and then of course my little twirly thing that will direct the air into the rooftop tent, and it's all set up. It's really quick, really slick. I like this unit a lot. All right, what do you guys think of this setup? I think it's totally rad. Also, what improvements could HCalory make to next year's model to make it even better? Comment below, I wanna know your thoughts. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Best way to support the channel is to buy Adventure Built merch, and I will see you guys next time.